back when we used to hang. Used to laugh at all my tracks until I finally got paid. Girl, I gave you all my time, all you gave me was pain. When you came back in my life, no, it just ain't the same. You think every song's about you, no, I never doubt you. Said I'd never make it, but I'm doing fine without you. Thought that I was special, I was just a vessel for you to use me up and let me suck with all my devils. You and I go separate ways, cause lately I don't feel the way that I used to, that I used to, that I used to, that I used to. You and I go separate ways, cause lately I don't feel the way that I used to, that I used to, that I used to, that I used to. I don't mean to try to make you mad at me, but ever since you left me, that was something I was glad to see. Cause now I'm moving up and you've been stuck inside the old me. If you see me act like you don't know me, cause I don't fuck with you no more. I hope that's clear for you, my dear, but I'm good now. Hope you are too, with that burnout that you fled to. You and I go separate ways, cause lately I don't feel the way that I used to, that I used to, that I used to, that I used to. You and I go separate ways, cause lately I don't feel the way that I used to, that I used to, that I used to, that I used to.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another podcast brought to you by the Auto Junkies. I am your host, Nordic Hoonigan. Our co-host, the Utah Ranger, is unable to join this episode because he's got some things going on. But we are back. Today we're talking about an F-150 that's turned into a beast, and that is the Roush F150. This is a listener requested vehicle because they wanted to know a little bit more about it. So let's dive in. It runs from 2018 to current year, which is 2020. Now, I will say for those that are watching this live, this picture right here of the Nightmare Roush F150 kind of throws off some Ford Lightning vibes. It's lower than the other one. It's got some similar looks and features, and it's a good looking truck. This has their um, full package pretty much. All the decals, everything, the front grille. It comes with a supercharged 5.0 liter V8. Now, it's a Coyote 5.0 from a Mustang with a Roush supercharger thrown on it. It's been tuned. Um, it's got some goodies under the hood, ladies and gentlemen. It's got some power. 650 horsepower to be exact, 610 foot-pounds of torque. Now, depending on which trim F-150 you go with, depends on your 0 to 60. I believe it's the XLT trim, or the two-wheel drive version, goes 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds. Let that sink in for a truck. 3.9 seconds. And then the four-wheel drive version, 4.1 seconds, 0 to 60. They built this to be an all-purpose truck. It wasn't like they built it just for off-roading or just to haul things. This is a truck where if you want some good power, you've got the money for it, you would opt in to do this. This truck will get you to speed on the freeway super quick. It will tow pretty much almost anything you can throw at it. And it's a really good truck. Now, I'm not a big Ford person, but I will say if I had the money, I would definitely opt in and get a Roush truck. They do have the standard exhaust, but they do have an option to do an active Valvetronic exhaust with a bunch of different modes. Let me see if I can get this pulled up here to tell you the different modes. Pretty much, it's like any other Valvetronic or active exhaust that you can get installed on like your Mustang or Camaro or anything like that. What it does is it gives you the different sound levels. So you could go like full open and just have it be loud, or you can close it, and that way it's more quiet and not a lot of people suspect what's under the hood there. Still trying to find the different modes they have. I had a link for it all ready to go, but I didn't pull it up here. And if you didn't know, the Roush F150 comes only in two different trims: the XLT F150 trim and the Lariat trim. And I kind of feel like those are a little bit lower than their King Ranch. Now, don't quote me on that because, like I said, I'm not big on Fords, so I don't know everything about them. But let's see, the Roush active exhaust system. There's 4 settings: touring, wide open, sport, and custom. If you do opt in for this active Valvetronic exhaust, they do mount what looks to be like an iPad Air in there, and they mount it on the console. But they also do a console mounted dial which allows you to switch between the different modes at any point in time. And then there's the custom mode where you can pretty much almost personalize the sound. Like if you want it to be wide open, then you can do that. But there's already the wide open mode. So say you want it like 3/4 open, so you can get that sound. You can do that in your custom mode. We're going to jump into the pricing here. In 2018, it ran about 23 grand above MSRP. And depending on the trim, you could roughly say it was about $67,000 to get one of these. In 2019, 13.5 grand pretty much above MSRP. So you're looking at about $55,650 approximately to get one of these guys. And this year, you're looking at 20.5 grand above MSRP, looking at about 65 grand approximately to get a Roush F150 this year. And as you heard it, the price has been fluctuating depending on market. The market's up for these guys right now, so the price is going back up. Of course, it's not like it was back in 2018 where $67,000 to get one of these, but it's as close. Before we get into these different videos here that I have for you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about the suspension that they offer. Now, they upgraded to a coilover suspension, which offered a 2-inch lift on the front over stock, which maintained the factory capacity payload for towing. And they did kind of partner with Fox with this to do a performance suspension, which improved the handling and the dynamics. So if you were going like, for some reason, going rock crawling with this thing or going in the dunes or something, it would be able to handle it with ease. They have 20-inch Roush wheels, as you can tell in this picture. Those are Roush wheels there. They wrapped them in General Grabber ATX tires, so that way you could get good traction both on and off road. You can see that they have their Roush styling cues, such as the grille. Some of them you could opt in for fender flares, and then of course the accent lighting. As you can see again, the grille. If you opted into the fender flares, there's some side markers on the flares themselves. The 5.0 V8 paired with this Roush TVS, it's the R2650 supercharger. And let me just say it again, the power puts out 650 horsepower and 610 foot-pounds of torque. That's just insane for a truck. This is the kind of truck where you had like a Shelby GT500 or something and you got rid of it, and because you needed a truck, but you want to keep that same kind of power, what do? You buy a Roush F150. You get your Coyote 5.0 supercharged. Now, one thing they did come with is a 3-year warranty with 36,000 miles. So if something were to happen while you're off-roading for some reason, you could opt into that and use that. Now, the exhaust is a dual tip exhaust system. like I said, there's the 4 modes: touring, off-road, sport, and custom. If you were to go with the active exhaust, and fun fact, they also have an app that you can download onto your phone that will allow you to switch between the modes and customize that custom profile for your exhaust. Let's see. Like I said, they did build this to be a go anywhere vehicle. And a lot of people who buy F-150s rarely buy it to keep it stock. So Roush has been around for a long time doing things to F-150s and Fords in general. But once they started doing these Roush F-150s themselves, a lot of people were interested. So you can see we have Roush, we have a rally video, we've got some commercials, and then a development video. So we're going to jump in, we're going to watch this little rally video here. And just have fun watching this, guys.
Any day that I can come out to Rally Ready, drive some race cars, and the occasional pickup truck, it's going to be a good day. Today's a special day because we're driving a Roush F150 SC. It's really similar to the Nightmare, but the Nightmare is groomed for pavement duty, and it's fast. Well, this is the same power plant, same blower, with a few more additions to it to make it more dirt friendly. And we're going to find out exactly how friendly it is in the dirt. Now, I know how the Nightmare, another Roush F150 supercharged Coyote, I know how it drives on the street. I know what kind of power it makes. But the real question is, how does it do in the dirt? And this is a four-wheel drive truck, big wheels, big tires, but most importantly, it has modified shocks and suspension on it. I was really curious how it was going to perform. Well, I was blown away. I really thought that it'd be much more of a pickup truck, and it responded so much better. From the first moment I got in, put the truck sideways and smashed through a few of them, I realized the composure on the truck was far better than I expected. In fact, it was downright fun. Whoa! It almost didn't care. You could keep feeding it gears. This was a great day and a hell of a lot of fun.
As you can see, they had a lot of fun on that little dirt course, ripping it around the track, drifting it around on the dirt. This next one is a little Roush commercial that they did called Legend of the Nightmare. It's interesting. It doesn't have a whole lot of information in it. It doesn't go over facts and stuff like that like the last one did, but this one is pretty good.
Let me tell you a story. Legend has it, a creature stalks these streets. A beast forged in fire of engineering and madness. When on the prowl, it moves amongst the shadows. When it attacks, it unleashes an unearthly sound. There's no mistaking its markings or the scars it leaves behind. tears at the ground with a power of 650 horses. Don't try to outrun it. You won't be quick enough. I've seen a lot of monsters in my time, but none like this. They call it the Nightmare.
Real quick, the Nightmare, see? The regular cab. Lightning vibes. If y'all aren't feeling those vibes with the Ford Lightning, I don't know what you're feeling. We're gonna watch this. They did a special 511 Tactical Edition. We're gonna watch the video on this guy here too. So that video kind of went over information that a lot of the Roushes have, and then some special features that only the 511 Tactical Edition had. This next video is a little bit about the development that they did for this. Now it's a short video, it's only 52 seconds long, but as you can see, it already starts out in what I believe to be is CAD. And you'll see what they're doing here. That is what I call a little teaser video of the Roush. As you can see, they were just showing the development of the grill and fenders with the flares on them. But if you guys watching live have any questions, feel free to ask them. This episode is going to be a very, very, very short one. But if you guys have any questions, I'm opening it up to you guys now to go ahead and ask your questions. And if you don't have any questions, we'll end it there and be back a little bit later.
I always wanted to be a woman in charge. I became
Oh,
that
man.
woman because of a little dress.
Music
I am
ads. I'm gonna say it's almost safe to assume that there's no questions from you guys out there. I'll give you guys another minute or two.
You said the same thing I told ya. My eyes are clear, there's no secret.
Okay, so it looks like there might not be any questions. I know you guys are working and doing your thing, and this was a super short episode. But that's what this one was designed for, was to be short. I realized the other ones were long, 2 hours, 3 hours long. So from this point on, we're going to be doing episodes on specifics of certain things to keep them a little bit shorter. So yeah, if you guys, like we've said before, if you guys have any vehicles that you want covered, or engines, transmissions, anything like automotive history, things like that, if there's any of that you guys want covered, feel free to DM the Utah Ranger or I, and we'll put something together for you guys. And in the meantime, if you guys do have one, let me know. If you guys have an idea right now, let me know. I'll stay live for just a little bit longer to see if you guys have anything you want to see for this weekend's episode. And if not, then I'll figure something out. I'll put something together for you guys. So while I wait for you guys, let's just chill and listen to some music. Alright guys, we're gonna end it off here. Since there was no suggestions or questions, I'll be back a little bit later. I'm trying to get Warzone repaired on the PC because I don't know what happened, but I got this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh. Here, let me show you. I got this. So, once that's done, we'll be back. But thank you guys for coming out. We'll be back in, I want to say, about an hour. Hey Juzu, you did catch the ending. This one was a short episode, but I'll be back here in a little bit once Warzone is done doing its thing. Miss you too already, Juzu. We'll be back here soon, guys. Thanks for stopping by.